This is a video on how to make a 4x5 film camera. First, I get a carpenter square and pencil, 4 manila folders, and I will need one large garbage bag and some glue. I'm going to be making the bellows first. I've laid out two patterns. The first one has 1/2 inch borders here. It's 5 inches across. The second pattern has a 1/2 inch here, and it is 4 inches across. I'm going to need 2 of these and 2 of these. The next thing I do is draw a line every 1/2 inch up the pattern. I then take the pencil and starting from the outside, I go zigzag on both sides. The other one is opposite. Start on the outside, go in, and zigzag all the way up. I now have my 4 manila folders with the pattern. The ones that are 4 inches in between are labeled 4. There's 2 of those. The ones that are 5 inches in between are labeled 5. The next thing I'm going to do is cut out the pattern here, and I'm also going to cut on the zigzag. I want to make sure it starts and ends on the outside. Now that I did that, I have 4 sheets. There's 2 that are 4, 2 that are 5. They're cut out like this. Now what I'm going to do is fold on the outside like this, and then I'm going to fold the next side over like this, and I'm going to go the entire way, making an accordion. When you're done, you'll have 4 of these. 2 will be 4 inch, 2 will be 5 inch, and what the next thing you're going to do is flatten them out. For the next step, I'm going to need some Lexil glue and a plastic bag. What I'm going to do is cut this plastic bag at the edge. The 4 strips are now laid out, and what I'm going to do is glue the back sides. They're 5 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 4 inch. I'm going to glue the back sides, and then I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to line it up on one of the creases of the bag. I'm going to take these juice bottles and flatten them out so they stick nice and flattened out, and I can line them all up. Now this is all glued to the garbage bag, and I have these juice bottles that are weighing it down. So now I'm going to give this probably a couple hours to dry. So now we can start to work on the rest of the camera. I have a piece of 1x3, and I have clamped it down to the desk with a couple clamps. Now I'm going to take a film holder, a cut film holder. This is a 4x5. You can get them off eBay. This one I got for $10 in a local store. What you're going to do is put it, the 4 inch side down, and make 2 marks, one on either side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a router, and I'm going to cut a trench in here that's going to be probably about 3/4 inch deep, because I'm going to want this to sit in there and lock in. I'm now going to take the router at the same, this is going to remain the same, so I have the same distance to the hole, but I'm going to loosen it, and I'm going to pull this back so it's not as deep, because I'm going to make the side cuts now. So once that's done, the film holder will fit in the side cuts. Now ready to cut those 3 pieces. Okay, the first side, the strips are glued to the bag, and that's now dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue all of them at once, and this area right here to have a little overlap. I'm going to glue that all and lay the second bag on. The next step is to make a cut about from here to here. Both of those pieces should come together like this.
What you need now is a piece right for the top here. It's going to be made out of this same wood, so we're going to have to cut it long ways as well. We can now test fit our piece right here. Just make sure everything goes in smoothly. The next step is to have the film holder just the way you want it. Tiny bit of space, but not too much on the sides. And now we want to mark the bottom piece so we know where to cut it. Ready to cut the bottom piece. Now I'm going to drill holes in the bottom here. I'm going to drill a hole, then I'm going to countersink it, and then I'm going to put in a screw. For the next step, we're going to take our film holder, and we're going to make another piece that's just about the same size. So this is going to be back of the camera where the film holder comes in. This is going to be the front of the camera. So now we're going to affix a plate to this part, and we're going to drill a hole in the middle for the lens to go through. I laid out some marks on this piece. I'm going to be drilling a hole in each of them with this, and then I'll cut them with the chop saw. Now eventually I want this back in the front to be able to swivel. So I want to cut some pieces that they'll get mounted to, so that's enough room to swivel, but not so much that the thing gets too bulky. I'd say right about maybe here. Looks like a good height, maybe a little higher, because I'm going to be able to lift this and lower it too. I mounted a smaller bit on the router, and I'm going to route a 3-inch running groove through this piece. It's going to go into the bottom too. Now I'm going to route 2 slots. This is going to be the bottom piece, the rail. I'm going to route a 4-inch slot here and a 4-inch slot here. Now I'm going to put one of these in each one of these holes. Now we're going to mark lines halfway up these guys. For each of these, we're going to drill 2 holes up above and below this, and then countersink them, and then put in screws. Now I got these 2 pieces that are going to be for the bottom to slide on here, and I'm going to cut a hole in the middle of each of these. I'm going to bang 2 of these into each of these. Now we're going to take 2 of these, put it on here like this. Here we are at the Bellows again. So now what we're going to do is take these weights off. And now we're going to cut here on the bottom of the bellows, the top of the bellows, and we're going to leave this empty space here to fold over later. Now we're going to glue this right here, this side here, and then fold it over here so that it'll just be like that. So we're going to put this on this board here. fold out. You pitch it like this. And this just takes patience. That's it.